Shir 11 on Haggadah Shel Pesach. Good Vach, everyone. We continue the Haggadah's exploration of the Arba Bonim by addressing the diverse spiritual and intellectual responses to Yetzias Mitzrayim. Having spoken to the about the Chacham in our last video, the Baal Haggadah now turns to the Rasha, who rebels, the Tam, who accepts with pure sincerity, and the Yodea Lish'ol, who lacks the words to even begin. This section teaches us that Yetzias Mitzrayim is a defining essence of Klal Yisrael, and it's our task to provide every individual with the specific inspiration their soul requires to connect with Hashem. Let's break down each one like we did for the Chacham in the last video. The Rasha. The Rasha represents a category of person who observes the Avodah of Yetzias Mitzrayim and fails to see the purpose. He looks at the mitzvahs as a burden and wonders, why can't we simply be like everybody else, other nations who are not subjugated to this higher calling of being a Yid? His question is found in the Torah, right? We say, Rasha Mahu, and the Pasuk, the Baal Haggadah brings out the Pasuk, Shmois Yud Beis Chavav, Ma Havodah Zois Lochem. As the Shibbolei Eleket explains, Shibbolei Eleket explains, the Rasha views Avodas Hashem as a burden rather than a labor of ahava. He doesn't view it as beneficial. By asking, what is the service lachem to you, he excludes himself from the community. He's being a yetz min haklal, right? Because he doesn't see the benefits. So he calls it your avodah, excluding himself. The response to the Rasha is blunt, right? Because he's denied the foundation of our identity. We say, the Haggadah says, Lefisha hoitzi es asmai min haklal, because he excludes himself from the klal, kafar be'ikr, he's a kafir be'ikr, va'af ata haki yeshina, and you should blunt his teeth for emerloi, ba'avur zeh asa Hashem li b'tzeis Mitzrayim, asa Hashem li v'loi loi, ilu hayu sham, if you were there, lo yehayu nigal, you wouldn't have been redeemed. Like the Rivan explains, that somebody who's a kafir and denies the mitzvahs of Hashem is same as being kafir in Hashem himself, because it says in Bamidbar, Pasuk Tesvav, Perek Tesvav Pasuk Mem, Vasisem es kol mitzvosai, and shortly after Mem Aleph it says Ani Hashem lekechem. So if you're not agreeing that in Hashem, if you're kafir in Hashem's mitzvahs, then you're a kafir in Hashem himself. Blunting his teeth symbolizes challenging him. This is some Rishonim to think deeper. His refusal to use teeth, a lashon of teeth, is to chew on or digest the ideas of Yiddishkeit. Since he's refused to digest on the ideas of Yiddishkeit, it lets him spiritually hollow. We tell him that there's no Klal Yisrael without mitzvahs. If we hadn't accepted Omach Hashemayim in Mitzrayim, the nation would never have been born. This is fundamentally our existence. There is no Klal Yisrael without mitzvahs. Since he's totally missing the point, we're telling him that if he were there, he wouldn't have been redeemed. Asa Hashem li v'loi loi. Then we move on to the Tam. The Tam in this context is not simple-minded, but rather someone who acts with tamimis, earnest sincerity. He accepts the Torah and mitzvahs with complete pure emunah. He does not require investigation or complex questionings. His question is, Tamau, as a pasuk in Shemois Yud Gimel, as a Baal Haggadah brings down Shemois Yud Gimel Yudal, Mazois. What is this? He asks with wonder. He's inspired by the unusual ceremonies of the night because he's not searching for complex philosophical answers. We guide him by strengthening his existing emunah pshuta. We want to guide him according to his current level. We answer him with the direct power of Hashem's hand. Varmarti Elav, say to him, we teach him that nothing can stand in the way of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and therefore he can always rely on Hashem for everything in his life. Finally, we address the Yodea Lish'ol, the one who doesn't even know where to begin asking. This child is spiritually dry. He's undecided, lacks the opinions or wonder necessary to engage in the night. For this child, the Torah commands that the parent take initiative. Yodea Lish'ol at Pesach shenemar, as a pasuk Shemois Yud Gimel Ches v'yagad levincha b'yom hahu leimar ba'avur zeh asa Hashem li b'tzeis Mitzrayim. As Rashi explains, we must make the miracle tangible for him. We point directly to the Pesach matzah and maror sitting before us and explain it. These physical objects are the reason Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim. By publicizing the miracle in this way, we hope to spark an initial flame of curiosity and inspire him to connect with the matters of the Seder. So the Baal Haggadah is showing how we address every single child in a different manner, and wherever they're holding spiritually, or and we have to address them in those where they are, and so they could connect to the night.